What's up, guys? Native Pathfinder here, and I'm just enjoying a cup of coffee and a book. You can hear the peacock in the background. I'm actually at my parents' homestead, where I learned how to homestead, and just got done finishing up the week, grilling some ribeyes out and some barbecue beef ribs on the grill. And I wanted to have a quick discussion with you guys. I've been reading a book. Again, one of my getaways is I like to wind up my week or take an evening and have a cup of coffee and read while I'm grilling out. And get some knowledge flowing in my head, because knowledge is power. And I was just sitting there thinking, I have taken on a new form of prepping bushcraft, and that is doing bushcrafting, homesteading, survivability, self-sustainability, consulting. And when I mean by consulting, I mean I have clients now that are calling me up, clients that I go and I meet with and I sit down and I have lunch with, or I go into their homes, I go into their getaway properties, and I teach them, people, guys that have live in apartment buildings, people that, live in subdivisions. Most of my clientele are not individuals who actually live 100% self-sustainable off the grid like me and my family. A lot of my clients, again, the majority of my clients are people, they live in the city, they have regular jobs, they're wearing ties to work, but they want to have the peace of mind of a self-efficient attitude, and be prepared, even though they do live in a suburban state. So, I'm an advocate. Hey, if you can get off the grid, get off the grid. That's not for everybody. It's a lot of sacrifice. It depends on what you call sacrifice. To me, it's sacrifice for me to live in the city and have a city lifestyle to where, I've got to give all my time to fighting traffic. I've got to give all my time to a business company. But again, I choose not to live like that. I choose to live debt-free. And, I'm still preparing just like anybody else. But I was sitting there thinking, and I've been reading this book, and I'll get to the title of it here in a minute. But the whole basis of the book is less is more. And I think sometimes, some people, they don't prepare. They don't get ready. They shy off from the self-sustainability mentality and mind frame, because they just don't feel like they either they live in a place of preparedness, and so they set a goal. At some point, I want to get away. I want to move to the country. I want to build me a cabin. I want to get me some property, and and they looked at it as a goal to achieve in the future. But I want to encourage you guys, just because you live in an apartment building or a subdivision or neighborhood does not mean that you cannot be prepared. There's things that you can do. And again, that's where my consulting comes in with my clients, is to sit down with them and say, okay, I've got X amount of extra space in my garage. I have X amount of space in one of my closets, in my pantry, in my house, in my apartment, in my duplex, just depending on where you live. And this is how much money that I have to spend, or maybe I don't have money to spend. And so then we go at it from a different aspect. There's things that you can do that don't cost money to be prepared in to be self-sufficient. If the grid goes down, there's things that you can do. And one of them is reading. You can download books for free offline if you want to order them. I mean, you can order, like, matter of fact, the book that I've been reading, and it's called Woodcraft and Camping. It's by George Washington Sears, and his Indian name is Nesmuk. And he was born in 1821. He's a real advocate of lightweight camping, lightweight hunting, fishing trips, backpacking trips, and he would stay gone for weeks and weeks, months at a time in the wilderness in the 1820s, and I think he died somewhere around late 1800s, 1890 something. But one of his main philosophies is that you don't have to have everything in the world to be self-sustainable. It takes certain tools. It's because he had learned to craft and utilize his tools to the best of his abilities and to the best of their abilities, so he could bring that over to a self-sufficient mind frame, and he could rely on them tools, and them tools took care of him if a need be took place. So, one of my videos is having an extra space for a water source. Take a 55-gallon drum. I prefer kosher drums, a food-grade drum. I picked up some at a really good price that had kosher grape juice in them. I think I paid like $15 for them, something like that, for the whole metal container. And I went to Northern Tool and Equipment and picked up a nice water pump, stainless steel, that screws right into the blank on the 55-gallon drum. Now, in a grid down, self-sustainable, position, I'm going to have 55 gallons of fresh, clean, not potable water, but drinkable water. How much space does that take up? It takes up 2 foot. You can take and you can put a nice tablecloth, piece of material over that, and use it as a nice, a nice table, end table, something like that. You can put it in your garage. You can put it, in a storage room or in any area, and you'll have that water if it comes down to it. And guys, you don't have to have 5 acres, 3 acres, 1 acre, 10 acres, 20 acres to do that. That's a emergency water source that you can have put up. You can go to a dollar store and buy beans and rice, dried beans and rice, and put them in a 5-gallon bucket with a locking top on it. So there's things that you can do to be prepared when the grid goes down, if the grid goes down, if we see some crazy crisis in America, which I believe we're going to come to. It's inevitable. All these things got to come to an end at some point. It's not being afraid of it when that end comes. It's what we do, and how we deal with it. We can either deal with it in a fear factor, which I don't recommend, or we can go at it with a preparedness of mind, saying, I've seen this coming, and I've done something about it, and my family's ready to take on whatever is going to happen. So I want to encourage you guys today, get you a book. This book right here, it was off of Amazon. It's $7.95. I believe you can get it, the whole book, for less than $10. It's got, let's see here. We've got it's got 100 pages in it. Guys, for $10, you can get so much knowledge. This is one of my key mentors when it comes to bushcrafting, woodcrafting, camping, wilderness sustainability. Is George Washington Sears, Nesmuk. And maybe you're not ready to take the leap of faith and go out and start purchasing products. Maybe you don't feel like you know what you can do. Maybe you don't have the money to pay for consulting. Maybe you don't have the funds available to spend and order something off the internet, or, you know. So take the time, hit your thrift stores up, hit your yard sales up, your Goodwills up, your flea markets, and just watch. You know, if you hone your skills, you'll own your skills when it comes to knowledge. And when it comes down, when you come across a product that is a good product, then you'll know what to look for. You'll know what to buy, because you've studied that and you know what works. You can look at reviews and you know what works. So when you come across that product secondhand, and you can purchase it and you know what you've ordered. Guys, this is the Native Pathfinder, and appreciate you guys stopping in. And, check our Facebook out at The Native Pathfinder on Facebook, and our website at thenativepathfinder.com. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Leave an idea, leave a comment, and we hope to see you guys on the next video. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us, and you guys have an awesome day. Peace.